Hello everyone, the Duke here, and today we're talking about the HiBoi electric scooter from HiBoi. I got this from eBay, and it was a refurbished unit for around $380. Now, the typical price for it new is around $650 like on Amazon. However, there's currently a sale on HiBoi's website for $550. I've done a lot of research about electric scooters, and in my opinion, this struck me as the best bang for buck, even new, even though I got it used for like half the cost, of the mid-tier electric scooter range. Because here's the thing, you've got your low tier, and these are little crappy scooters that are around 200 to 400 bucks, I'd say. The problem with these scooters is that they're not gonna last probably a year, and you can't get any parts from them. Then you have mid-tier, which is around the $500 to $900 range, and this is where this sits in between. It's got 10-inch honeycomb tires, and while I would have preferred pneumatic or air-filled tires, I've heard too many stories about them popping, and either it makes the scooter basically dead in the water, or they're extremely hard to replace, and I was like, screw it, you know what? I'd rather have a little discomfort rather than to be, well, dead in the water. It touts a single 500 watt motor in the front, 25 mile max range, and a 19 mile per hour max speed. And I've gotten that speed and a little more. See, the thing is, when you're going downhill and you're holding on the accelerator, it'll electronically lock, or it'll engage the cruise control after 10 seconds, and it'll keep you at that max speed. However, if you disengage the cruise control by pressing on the brake once, or you just let go of the gas once you're going downhill, you'll actually be able to exceed the top speed, roughly around 2 to potentially 3 miles. I think the fastest I've gone on this is 21 miles an hour, which I'll tell ya, some people online were like, 19 miles an hour, it's not fast enough, you want more speed. And I'll be honest, I do want more speed, but this is plenty fast enough. I mean, even cruising around on 15 miles per hour, which is the economy mode, which you do by pressing the button twice, it's perfectly fine. I could see if you had a cheap scooter that only goes up to like 13 or 15 miles per hour, which is typically the low end of scooters that you would want more speed, but this honestly is perfectly fine. Now, I'm not using this for commuting, I'm using it for fun. Particularly going around the park and seeing who can get the best time trial with my best friend. Though, I would say I've gone around probably 5 to 10 miles and it's only taken 3 out of the 5 bars down. I've never gone below 2 bars on this thing, and according to the reviews online, which you need to note, every max range that scooter companies say is skewed because they're testing it on flat ground with someone that's lighter than advertised, and they're using it the economy mode. People were saying you get around 17 miles of range, and I believe them. Even though this one is refurbished, I really don't doubt that I could get that, though I wouldn't because I'm pretty much using this for funsies. It has an electronic braking system with regenerative braking, which is pretty cool. I don't know how effective it is, and I don't know if you could perhaps, skew the system, like if you just used it like a normal scooter, but just held down the e-brake all the time instead of pressing the electronic gas, could you actually, regen the brake without having to plug it in at all? It does have a normal disc brake if you don't want to use the electronic brake, although I don't know why you'd want to do that. And it actually comes with a cool app. Now, there are 2 different HiBoi apps. This is the one you need to get. This confused me, but this is the correct app, and it's very easy to use. It allows you to adjust how much the brake is, or how strong the electronic brake is, which I will warn you, do not turn the electronic brake up to 10. It will throw you off. However, I would recommend turning up the acceleration all the way up to 10, because that'll give you a little more torque, because my friend was trying to use it off-road and it wasn't good on the stock settings, but with that little bit extra torque, it didn't work for what he needed, but it runs a lot better. Surprisingly, the headlight on this thing is actually very usable at night and is really bright actually. It's got these 2 LED lights on the side that are red. I wish they were RGB, but we can only ask for so much at this price point. And it comes with a little red light in the back that when you turn on the lights, it's permanently on, although it flashes when you press on the brake. Oh yeah, this thing has got a bell. The bell is amazing. This is probably what sold me on this. I mean, it's amazing, come on. It folds up and also has a nice little bitty kickstand. It's great. Honestly, I'm really surprised by how great this scooter is for the price point, because if you haven't really done much with scooters, or haven't really done much research with scooters, HiBoi is sort of directly competing with Segway, because you'll notice when Segway releases something new, they'll release something new that's pretty similar. Overall, I'm very pleased with the HiBoi S2 Pro. If you're looking to get into electric scooters, I'd recommend trying it out, and honestly, I'm really happy with the refurbished unit. I'm sure it doesn't get the max range, but it was completely clean. It had no discolorations or scuff marks. You know, it looked like it was brand new, and all the little plastic pieces on all the little, scratchy plastic parts, hey, they were on there and it looked like it was a brand new unit, so I am perfectly happy. The last thing I wanted to mention is that if you're looking online for these HiBois, you'll notice there's an S2 Pro, which I'm reviewing, and the S2, and you might say, well, what's the difference? And, well, there's not much difference. Both of them fold up. However, the S2 is lighter. It only has a 350 watt motor. It has the same max speed. However, it only has 17 miles of max range, which, if I'm considering everything, it's probably around 13 to maybe 10 miles of actual range. It only has 8.5-inch tires, which isn't too much of a downgrade, but I will tell you, having these big tires is super nice because I've gone over some pretty big bumps, and I feel like if my tires were smaller, I would have gotten thrown off. Also, this thing has a max load of 220 pounds, which is kind of funny because compared to my Coleman 49cc scooter, it only has a max weight of 165 pounds, which, I don't know, it's really weird because that thing is way heavier, and I feel like 49cc's is, I don't know, beefier than 500 watts, although at the same time, when we're riding together, they pretty well match each other. The only reason the moped wins is when you're going downhill, and of course, you can get up to like 30 or maybe even 40 miles an hour, but don't tell anyone that. Overall, I think I said that twice, but I don't care. It's my video. I really like the HiBoi S2 Pro, even the refurbished model, and I'm very happy with the price I paid for it. I mean, $650, which is probably $670 including tax, which sucks, versus $380 total. I'm gonna go for the $380 one, and if I get more serious, I'll think about either getting a new version or maybe one day a dual motor scooter, but probably not for a while. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hoped if you were looking for a scooter, this helped you. This has been the Duke, signing off.